She wants me to paint this. This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a few trash to treasures. These are my favorite videos to make and to watch as well. There's nothing more rewarding than taking something that someone's going to throw in the garbage or something that's old and giving it new life. I'm going to take these faux wheat planters that my mom had sitting around on her terrace. Now I know they look a hot mess. Look at how dirty they are. But Mom was going to throw these out, and I thought I could get these back to looking somewhat decent and use them in my home for my fall decor. I thought the metal stands were beautiful. They look like crowns. They have like a shabby chic vibe. I'm going to give this more of a neutral tone so that it goes better with my style. So first things first, I give these a good cleaning with a rag and a little bit of soap and water. They were filthy. You can already see the difference. To paint both of the pots and the metal stands, I'm going to use Annie Sloan chalk paint. I bought this a while ago off of the Purple Painted Ladies website. I bought this so long ago, they've since changed the packaging. This small 4-ounce can is $11.95. Very expensive. But I was curious. I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Annie Sloan paint is supposed to be fantastic. At $11.95 for a 4-ounce can, it better be. So I give everything one coat of paint. Using a fairly dry brush and some of my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, I distress all of my pieces just a bit. Dollar Tree twine around the base just to give it a decorative touch. I take my spray bottle and spritz them with just a little bit of water to see if I can't get them to liven up a little. So I really like the way these came out. I mean, they're not perfect. The wheat still looks dry as ever, but they look a lot better than they did before. Next up is this beautiful window frame. I am very, very blessed. I was given this beautiful window by a coworker of mine. Thank you so much, Rita. She had this laying around her home and she didn't really know what she was going to do with it, so she gifted it to me. I love that it has the half sunburst wooden appliques at the bottom and also on top. I also love the fact that it has a shelf so that I can place some decor on it. I'm going to use the same French linen paint and I'm going to give it one coat. Now to get into the small nooks and crannies, anything that I might have missed, I just use a very small brush. And now I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white, and I'm only going to distress this slightly. I really don't want like a really harsh distressing, but I go over it with an extremely dry brush and just a little bit of paint. And finally, to seal this whole thing off, I'm going to try this Annie Sloan chalk paint wax in clear. It has no color, but it will protect my piece. I like to use a brush when I wax. Once I use this brush for waxing, I don't use it for anything else. So I label it so I don't forget, because, you know, at my age, I forget things. You don't have to use a brush. You can use a piece of cloth. I just prefer to do it this way. I brush the wax on as if I were painting. You don't need to use a lot of wax, a little goes a long way. I remove any of the excess with a dry cloth and simply by rubbing it in. I let it dry for 24 hours and sometimes even more before I put anything heavy on it. I absolutely love the way this turned out. You know, I'm used to painting things all white, but I think this color is very neutral. I think it'll go great with just about any color decor. As for the Annie Sloan chalk paint, I have to say I loved it. One coat did a fabulous job at covering everything. It works a lot better than the Rust-Oleum paint, in my opinion. Very expensive, but I would definitely repurchase for special projects. Thanks again, Rita. No, you can't have it back. For my final makeover, I'm going to be taking this swan that my mom had laying around also on her terrace. I don't know, she has a collection of things on her terrace, and she wanted me to paint this white. Now, when your 86-year-old mom wants you to paint her swan, you just do it. But I thought this thing was just horrendous. Using my Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint, I give this one coat. I'm really not worried about how I'm painting. I really don't even want to paint it, to be very honest with you. But yeah, I just have to do it. Now, after I painted everything, I decided to paint the beak, you know, black the way that it was originally, but I soon changed my mind. My mom loves cream colors and browns, and I just didn't like the way it looked with the black beak and the black eyes. So I painted the beak with the traditional burnt umber, and then I proceeded to try and go around the eyes with the same burnt umber color. But the more paint I added, the bigger the eyes got. Now, I was just going to tell my mom, hey mom, it's a Cuban swan. They have bigger eyes than most, but she was not going to buy that. So before I went ahead and repainted the eyes, I took a sponge and some more of the burnt umber, and I just distressed the high points of the wings just to give it a little bit more dimension. I thought it was just too plain in all white. Now, after going over the eyes once again with white chalk paint, I subjected this poor swan to abuse. I stuck push pins in his eyes. I wanted to do something else that my brain works very, very weirdly. And then I decided, you know what, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to go in with my burnt umber paint and make very small eyes. I wanted this to be a classy looking swan. No big googly eyes. So Swanee over here has a little opening where you can fit like a little flower pot. I took one of the smallest clay pots from the Dollar Tree, distressed it with some white paint, added some florals from Walmart, and put a little bit of Spanish moss in there and called it a day. So here's Swanee in her full glory. She actually doesn't look so bad. I still don't like her. I mean, not for my decor anyway, but Mom loves it, and that's all that matters. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed these trash to treasures. Please let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite, and if you want to see more. I really do want to make videos that, you want to see. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and even a thumbs down if you don't. It's all engagement according to YouTube. Either way, it still helps my channel, and I appreciate your feedback. Thank you once again for joining me. I truly love each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.